Pick a guy that's easygoing and one that you like, because you can't change them. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that, but they're going to stay the way you meet them for their whole life. And in fact, they might even get worse. I'm going to say it 3 times for each one of my failed marriages, okay? You can't change a man, you can't change a man, you can't change a man. Why? Because they're in their simplest form. It's like bending a rock, okay? Element 119 on the elemental table, man. If you operate under the premise that men are simple and delusional and women are crazy and complicated, your life gets instantly good. You know, how we ruin things as women because we overthink. We think too much and we overthink things. You know, that's why we get crazy.
Some of the reasons why modern women struggle with accountability, if we're being honest, they bring no value to the table and all they have to offer is their beauty and intimacy. And that's unfortunate. A woman that seeks attention and validation more than respect and authenticity takes things for granted and is unappreciative and kind of has a high level of expectations and a low level of give. She's a taker. She's not a giver.
Did you know divorce rates are at 55% now? 55%! That is crazy. That's like someone saying, hey, put a ring on her and she will more than likely leave you. Like, love her with all your heart, give her a family and kids, and she will still more than likely leave you. The odds are stacked against you. And you go, then why would I want to do that? That's like if someone said, hey, go to the beach, there is a 55% chance a shark will bite your ass and ruin your life. Then I'd say, man, the beach. I'm good. I'm happy on dry land.
And then, to make it worse, these men are going to hear from these women, buy me a $300 steak dinner to prove to me I'm not proving anything to you. You prove to me that you can act right.
Well, I messed up talking to my husband again. So I was sitting in the bedroom working and he comes in, he's like, are you making something? The oven's on. And I was like, oh yeah, actually I started making these new cookie things for the kids and there's dough that I had to make, but I didn't realize that it needed to chill for 30 minutes first. So I had to put the stuff in the refrigerator. He just cuts me off and he's like, do you want the oven on? And I stop and I think, and I'm like, well, and then he cuts me off again. He's like, I'm going to turn it off. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's a good idea. You can just turn it off. See, I over-explained and I gave way too many details that men just really don't give a shit. He didn't need to know what I was making. He didn't need to know why I was making it. And he didn't know the dough needed to chill for 30 minutes. None of that information is ever relevant to men. We need to leave that kind of stuff out of our stories. Women, we share all of our details with each other. So the dough having to chill for 30 minutes is super relevant to a woman, but it isn't to a man. We shouldn't say those kinds of things to men. All he needed to know was that, yes, he could turn the oven off.
Women love a man that cheats or that can't cheat. And I thought that was untrue. But when I interviewed 1,000 women, I would get a little bit more specific. If we had a show about cheating, I maybe would start it and say, have you ever been cheated on? And I couldn't believe how many women said yes. It was pretty much every single woman, maybe 70%, I would say, yes, I have been cheated on. My second question would always be, did you leave or did you stay when you found out? And I would say 80% of the time, women stayed. Second thing I figured out was if they ended up leaving the man, they left him when he stopped cheating.
Big difference between the snow bunny and the African queen is the snow bunny will find a black man in progress. She will find him on the job. She will find him on the university. And that snow bunny will see a black man with potential and she will invest in him. She will help him level up. And then when the sisters see him 5 years ago, 5 years later, he's a millionaire. And the sisters say, look at that sellout. He went and got a white girl. But guess what? When he was looking for a sister to help him level up, to invest in him, none of them wanted it. You know why? Too many black women want a finished product. Black women have to, stay with me. Black women have to stop expecting men to be a finished product. It's harder on us. Help him level up. Stay with me. Help him level up and become what you need him to be. Because the big reason why these snow bunnies are running off with black men is they're meeting them when they have nothing, but they believe in their vision. And black women are waiting for him to cross the finish line. And by the time he crosses the finish line, the snow bunny done snatched him already.
Well, let it snow then.
Travis Hunter, unfortunately, whether you feel like he's right or wrong, is experiencing this exact same thing. Be careful out there, bro.
And I thought that was his unique experience for a moment, because he gave an example. Like, you know, if my girl is too tired to cook dinner one day, I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. But if I forget to take out the trash, it's a big issue. I accept her humanity, but she don't accept mine. And so I kind of looked around the room to see, like, and when I paid attention, every man was nodding their head. So I asked the room, like, does that resonate? And they were like, yeah, I don't feel appreciated. I don't know what that even feels like. And that grieved my soul, because I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't think women realize that what our complaints and does to a man who is in love.
Okay, so how to keep a man. Girl, shut the up. Just shut up. I had to learn that. That was my lesson I learned in 2024. You don't always have to speak your mind. You don't always have to have something to say. Now, if you don't trust that man, don't be with that man. But if you know you got a man that's him and he ain't did nothing to you, and he's a good leader, he's a good protector and provider, and he listen to God, what you got something to say for?
When you're raising especially a boy, I came from a household where it was just a mom. I had my grandfather and I had my pops, but there was no men in the household. I started arguing with females once I started to go through things. It got physical orders. You know why? Because I was an emotional boy. I didn't have nobody in the household to say, okay, look, this is not how you go about it. Go to the gym. I had to learn this from YouTube. Read books. Hold on, let me finish. I had to read books. Go on YouTube. Do these different avenues I had to learn. Yes, grandpa telling me certain things, pops telling me certain things. But when you have a man in a household, the chances of that boy that's becoming a man to grow up emotional, 80% of the people that's in jail came from single household mothers. Meaning this, if I'm in a club and I step on my sneakers, yo, bro, what's up, bro? What you doing? Now, guess what? Somebody died, somebody going to jail. You know why? Because that boy wasn't raised in a household with men. That's the problem in society, because females with the mindset that I don't need a man. That's the reason why we have females in this generation that's having kids that I don't need a man. Now they growing up without fathers. Now y'all raising emotionalized boys.
No. That's not even everybody's situation. When you get that's not even everybody's situation. I'm gonna show you that they not like that. Our sons is.
It just got to be said, black women, we got to get the weight off. We got to lose weight. Because our bodies be looking better than the masses with no asses. So imagine if we, kind of just reined it in a little bit. And I'm not here to debate whether black women are more overweight than the average American. I'm sticking with this country than the average American woman. That is a fact. I'm not here to debate that. We got to get the weight off. Okay. Y'all out here talking about, Ozempic. Oh, yeah, get you some. However, you got to get the weight off. Everybody else taking it. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's the little pill with the big story to tell. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing that big story. Get whatever you got to get. Take whatever you got to take. Do whatever you got to do. We got to get the weight off. That's it. And not even to mention health. Got to get the weight off. That's it.
Why is chivalry dead?
Because modern feminism put it in its grave. Next question.
Being single right now is absolutely terrifying. I've been on the dating apps for about 2 months now, and all of the men in the dating pool currently fall under these 3 categories, at least in the Atlanta area. I can't imagine being much different anywhere else. First, they're going to tell you they're looking for something serious. They want a long-term relationship. That will quickly show itself that they are just wanting something casual. They will try to invite themselves over for a game night or say they want to cook for you. That is something casual. We're not stupid, especially me. I'm 34. Number 2, they have undiagnosed mental health issues or have unhealed trauma that they seriously need help with. I literally had a guy call me and talk to me on the phone for like several hours about his family issues, his baby mama issues. I mean, just all sorts of stuff without me inviting this conversation. And I made a joke like, I pay my therapist $150 an hour. Maybe I should be getting paid $150 an hour for this. Like, joking. He Apple paid me $150, continued to go on, and then sent me another Apple Pay for $150. I mean, thanks, but that's diabolical. Number 3, they're going to love bomb the shit out of you. They're going to tell you everything you think you want to hear and tell you all about these fun future plans you guys are going to have before you even met. Those men just turn into controlling narcissists, so don't fall into that. It's rough out there, ladies. If you're single this Valentine's Day, I feel for you.
When are women going to learn to stop doing these trends where they basically humiliate their husbands and their significant others and their partners or whoever they are? Basically, there's a trend going around called the emergency contact trend where women are essentially humiliating the person that they're with, that they cannot trust them to be their emergency contact. Tell me why I saw a woman holding up her camera, recording her boyfriend in the shower with his clothes on, and the comments were ripping him up like, yeah, I would never trust him. And then women are in the comments are ripping him a new one because now they're comparing each other's husbands. I saw another one where this man was putting on his socks and doing his laundry, and again, she's saying like, oh, I don't trust him to be my emergency contact. Basically, the underlying issue is that she's trying to say, like, these women are trying to say that they don't trust their husbands and their partners to be their emergency contact because they're not responsible enough or they're too kid-like. A lot of the videos are showing men like having a sense of humor and having fun, and basically these women are making fun of them for being human beings. Just imagine for a moment if a woman was like doing the dishes and her husband decided to pick up his phone, record her, and then say something like, oh yeah, this is supposed to be the mother of my children. Or let's say she's getting her hair done, or she's doing something funny, or, having some kind of fun, and he holds up the camera and says, I'm supposed to believe that she's supposed to be my emergency contact. You're basically saying, and the underlying thing here is that you don't trust your significant other to be your emergency contact because they're irresponsible and dumb. These women are shaming these men and basically calling them stupid for just being human beings. And not for nothing, how many times are we going to go through this? Because I can promise you that if my partner and my significant other decided to hold up their phone to humiliate me and make fun of me, and then have women drag me in the comments for just simply existing, I can promise you that I would understand that we are two fundamentally different people and we shouldn't be together in the first place. A lot of these women come online and they talk about like narcissism and how narcissists love to mask insults as jokes, but then these women consistently have these trends where they mask insults as jokes. So who's really the narcissist here? It is wildly inappropriate and disrespectful to claim that you love this person, you want to spend your life with them, but every single week, if not, a couple times a month, you're picking up your phone to humiliate them, and then you can't understand why he feels emasculated, why he doesn't feel good enough, because he is at the grunt of your social media success. What? To go viral for a couple likes, for a couple of dollars, you're putting your marriage and your relationship at risk to make fun of him for what? Social media clout? And then y'all can't understand why you don't have healthy relationships? Like, make it make sense. Okay, bye.
I feel like as Black women, a lot of us weren't taught how to date properly. So I went to go get my brows done. Obviously not right now, but I went to go get my brows done. And my brow girl is Middle Eastern. She's Middle Eastern, and when I went to go visit her, we're just doing our girly chats, and she had updated me because I seen a ring on her finger. And I'm like, girl, what is going on? Last time I came to see you, there was no ring. So she's like, yeah, we started chatting about it. And she basically told me that when they first started dating, everything was laid out clear. He literally asked her, what is her timeline? And I know everything is different for cultures. A lot of that's not our culture typically for the man to, ask you like, what's your timeline? And she told him her timeline and basically was like, yeah, I have a year. In a year, we need to be engaged, or, it's just not, this is obviously not what we want. In a year, she was engaged and now she's married. And I'm saying this to say, I don't think a lot of times women use their power right or strategically, because it really is that easy. It's really that easy. You hold the cards. He who finds a wife, but you also do choose your husband. If you tell a man you want to be engaged by 6 months or a year or you're leaving, he's either going to do it or he's not. If he does not do it, then you should leave. If he does do it, you got what you wanted. I feel like it's really that simple, and we just make it complicated. But you want marriage and things like that. Keep it that simple and stop getting boyfriends and girlfriends. Just date him. Literally just date him. That is it. Date him. Like, girl.
You're still delusional. It's not any power. It's a communication thing. It's just having a conversation. It's not a cultural thing either. It's just common sense. But common sense isn't common. So this is what you need to be doing. You're meeting with somebody. They're just on the same playing field. Instead of you talking about foolishness, this is exactly what I mean. When you go into date, this is what intentional dating looks like. Hey, I'm here to have fun, and we're going to have fun, but let's get down to business, see what we're talking about. That's it. Hey, I mean, if you take a client out to dinner, you're probably not going to be talking about business the whole time. But at some point in time, business will be discussed because that's the main thing. That's what we're here for. So instead of this, we're just going to happen up on it. What do people continue to say? The biggest business deals happen on the golf course. Hey, let's play a round of golf. I know I'm going there for a business deal, but I love playing golf. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to get to know each other. And at the end of the day, we're going to see if we can strike up a deal. That's it. That's what you're doing right now. You're on the golf course with a man. You're having fun, playing some holes. And then at the end of the day, okay, no, let's get down to business. So what do you think? If it's not going anywhere, we don't have to do anything. And the good thing about playing a round is that you don't have to talk all the time. You can just sit there in silence. You can just make a comment here and there. Oh, good shot. That's it. You don't have to keep the conversation going. We're just having fun. We're just relaxing. And if the deal doesn't work out, deal don't work out. But hey, so let me ask you a question. Walking back into the club. So let me ask you a question. So what would be this, and this? Oh, well, for me, to be honest with you, man, it might be that our company has to be here. Okay, let me take it back to my team and see what we can do. Once again, might not be that a deal ever gets done, but we're just talking. Hey, man, I'll see you next Tuesday for another round. And we have 4 or 5 rounds maybe before the deal gets done. But we're there for business. That's what y'all need to be doing. Hey, we're having a fun time. We're having a good time. But I'm there for business. What's your timeline? So if you planning, I encourage men to start asking this. Because I'm not about to waste my time and my money on you. So if you planning all this, a man needs to take me on at least 3 months worth of dates before I even consider. I'm not even coming out the house. Not coming out the house. Love you. See you later. Be blessed. That's it. But there's no power for you here. It's not. He asked her the question. So where are you at? He communicated effectively. That's what you need to be looking for.
I've obviously matured a lot since middle school and high school, but one petty aspect of my personality that I've never outgrown, and I don't know why, I try to talk myself out of it and I can't help it. I hate with every fiber of my being getting left on red. I don't care who it is, how brief the interaction is, if I know you, if I don't. I cannot handle it. Like, I don't care who it is, romantic, not romantic, like, it doesn't matter. Getting left on red, seen, oh my God. I started to be like, what did I do? They hate me, they want me dead. And it's like, maybe they went to go make dinner. Maybe it's just over. I don't know. I cannot stand it. Like, a lot of people don't like being left undelivered. Okay, even if I know you're leaving me undelivered, either way, being left on red, I don't know what it is in me, because obviously there's a deeper reason for this, but I can't.